Do you want to know how you can be as successful as Mr. 10X himself, Grant Cardone? Well, stay tuned. That's what we're going to dig in today. Hey, in case you don't know me, my name's Jason Chaney, and let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So this is talking about the secret tip I learned from Grant Cardone himself. Just a few months ago, my wife and I, we were very privileged to be on a private call, group call with him. And he gave some really, really valuable information. And yes, it was for business, but one of the things, because we believe health is wealth, to be successful in business is the same as being successful with your health. And it takes a lot of the exact same steps and key and tricks to actually get successful. So if you like this content, go ahead and hit a like. Also, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep getting more information of this every time I drop a new video. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is the most important thing that I took away from that private group call with Grant Cardone. He said, stop looking back. Wow, that was powerful. Those three words are very powerful. Stop looking back, meaning stop looking back at the times you didn't get the success you want as far as your weight loss. Stop looking back on the diets that didn't work for you. Stop looking back on the times you maybe just wasn't in the right headspace to get where you needed to be to reach that goal for your weight loss. It is okay. A lot of times, and I was guilty of this myself, so it's not like I'm immune to it. Like, this is a human trait, and it's something that we all do, and this is why some people are more successful than others. They learn these little tips, and this is how you do it. And so, like, I used to look back when all the diets that failed, and I started saying things to myself. And just raise your hand if you say any of these things too. I've tried everything. Oh, something's wrong with me. Oh, I'm just not good enough. Oh, I give up. All of these are things that I kept saying because I kept looking back. Until I started looking forward towards the future is when I actually began to get the health that I want, and I became very successful in my weight loss. And this is what I teach clients also. Because if you're looking forward, look to where you want to be. Don't look at where you've been. Think about it from this perspective. If you have a child, and that child is is a toddler, and they're trying to start walking, and they crawl down. Are you going to sit down after the third time and they fall down and say, stop? You're going to grab them and say, stop trying to walk. You can't do it. You can't do it. You need to just sit here. That is the exact same thing we're doing every time we're looking back on all those mistakes, on all those failures, on all the times we didn't get the results that we specifically wanted. So be like a child. When you're approaching your weight loss, think of it as if you're seeing a child walking. You're going to encourage them. You're going to be the best cheerleader for that child. Even if that child falls 30, 40, 50 times, you're going to tell them, get back up. You can do this. You got this. You're going to be able to walk. And the exact same thing is for your weight loss. You got this. You can do this. You can lose the weight. You just have to look forward to the future, and you have to start changing the things you're doing. And so I hope that was really helpful for you, because Uncle G was really great dropping this knowledge. And when he said this, I was like, holy crap. I now get it to a deeper level. We have to always be looking forward to the future. We have to always start visioning, where do we want to be? If you don't have a vision where you want to be, you're going to end up going somewhere you don't want to be. And so that's how it really works in the world, especially when it comes to weight loss. And so think about it. The last time you did a diet and you didn't get the results that you want, will you focus more on not getting the results, or focus more on trying to reach those results? Because if you're just trying to reach those results, you're going to get closer and closer. Every time you fail at a diet, every time a diet doesn't give you what you want, you're actually learning a lesson from it. Each time we make a mistake, it's not a failure. This is one of the problems that modern school systems teach us as kids, and it's wrong. It is just flat out wrong. We are not failures. There's not a such thing as failing. There's only a such thing as learning from your mistake. And success is built on learning from mistakes. Whether you look at Warren Buffett, Uncle G, Grant Cardone himself, Big Brother Damon John, all of these people were successful off of their failures. If you really start researching them, you'll see it too. And even if you start looking at people who had successful weight loss, like if you're looking at me and you're like, oh, Jason's very successful in weight loss, it must have been easy. Shit. It took me over 20 years to be able to lose the weight, to get where I want to be, and to be able to understand how to take control of my health. There was a lot of failures on the way to get to where you see me today. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of misery. There was a lot of days of depression. a lot of days of anxiety, a lot of days of not feeling good about myself, not comfortable with myself. But I had to start visioning towards the future because my vision was being the husband that my wife deserved. And by focusing on that vision in the future, I started doing this tip that Uncle G was saying, and I didn't even know it. And that's how I became successful. Think about it. If I became successful with my weight loss by doing this tip, by not looking back on accident, what could you achieve if you did it intentionally? If you intentionally stop looking back at the past and you start looking at the future. So one of the things, like, I love giving action steps because I believe action is is always the way to get closer to your goal. So for your action step today is just write down, take like 5 or 10 minutes and envision, where do you want to be for next month? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be for May? Do you want to lose 2 pounds? Do you want to lose 3 pounds? Hell, do you want to lose 10 pounds? It doesn't matter the number. Just write it down. Where do you want to be? Because if you start writing it down, you can start achieving it. You can start reaching it, and you will start believing it also. So I hope that was helpful for you. And if you like this content, you can join the free Facebook group that I put together, Real People Losing Weight with a Plant-Based Diet. It's a really great group. I have a lot of good information in there. And there I also share with you tips and tricks. If you have questions personally about, hey, Jason, what can I eat for this? How can I switch this out for plant-based food? That's where I answer those questions directly. And I even pull up, because we had one person in there, she wanted some cornbread. So I went and found a vegetarian cornbread box for her. She told her how she can substitute out the eggs and the milk. She sent a picture of it. It looked good. I'm like, hey, whenever I go back to the States, you making me that cornbread. But that is why the group is there. It's there to help give you support. It's also for you to have a safe place. When we're trying to lose weight, sometimes one of the worst things that we are going through is inside our own head. We beat ourselves up. We tell ourselves we're not good enough. And this is why I created this group, because I want you to know you are perfect and you're improving. And it just takes you learning certain skills, certain steps, and just trying each and every day to do something just a little bit better. And that is how you're going to reach your goal. So if you want to get inside the group, just click the link up above or below, depending where it is on your screen, and I'll see you in there. And another good thing about the group is we will be starting our next 7-day jump start on the 15th. And so I would love to see you for that. And have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.